Once upon a time, in a grand Nigerian palace, there lived a mighty prince. He had wealth beyond measure, a home fit for kings, and 3 wives, each more beautiful than the last. But peace, that was something he could never find. His first wife, Adora, was wise and graceful, but her heart was filled with jealousy. The second wife, Nkechi, was chosen from the village, bold and fierce, always ready for a fight. And then came the third, Chinenye, a woman of elegance, who seemed to be the prince's last hope for peace. But was she? Through all this chaos, a quiet figure moved about the palace. Amaka, the maid. She swept the floors, served the food, and tended to the prince's every need. While the wives quarreled, she remained unseen, unheard, yet always watching. One day the prince, exhausted by the endless fights, sought wisdom in the great church. There he saw Chinenye, her voice rising like a nightingale's song. Could she be the answer? He brought her home as his third wife, believing, hoping, praying that peace would finally reign. But oh, how mistaken he was! Chinenye had no love for the prince, no love for the palace. Her heart longed only for gold, for jewels, for wealth. And when the prince spoke of children, she laughed. A child, for what? I came for riches, not burdens. The prince's heart broke. His home was still in turmoil. And so he devised a clever plan. He spread word that he was gravely ill and had left secret documents hidden in the palace, documents that contained his wealth and deepest secrets. Then he collapsed dramatically in the great hall, his body still as stone. The wives rushed in, but did they cry for their husband? Did they kneel in sorrow? No, they ignored him completely, and instead, "Where are the documents?" Adaora shouted. "You will not have them before me," Nkechi shrieked. Chinenye smirked. "We shall see about that." Jewelry flew, papers scattered. The wives wrestled and fought like market women over a single coin. But in the midst of their madness, only one person remained calm. Amaka, the quiet maid. She gasped at the sight of her prince, weak and pale. "Somebody help," she cried, but no one listened. So she did the only thing she could. She lifted him with all her strength and rushed him to the healer. Days passed, and then the prince awoke, stronger, wiser, determined. He returned to the palace and summoned his 3 wives. His voice was firm, his eyes full of sorrow. "I have seen your true hearts," he said. "Not one of you cared for me in my time of need. You have shown me that greed, not love, rules you, and for that you shall leave this palace forever." Guards appeared. The wives pleaded, wept, but it was too late. The great gates opened, and out they went. Their jewels, their silks, gone, their power vanished. Then the prince turned to Amaka, the humble maid who had saved his life. He took her hand gently and smiled. "Amaka, you have shown me love, not with words, but with deeds. Will you be my queen?" Tears welled in her eyes. Could this be? She knelt before him, her hands trembling. "My prince, I—" And so, the humble maid became a queen, and the palace? Ah, the palace was once again filled with peace, laughter, and the kind of love that cannot be bought. And so the story is told. Greed blinds the heart, but true kindness is always rewarded.